What would happen if every ocean in the world became carbonated? Like a giant sparkling water. Great news for soda companies. Terrible news for literally everything else. First, let's figure out how much carbon dioxide we would actually need. The ocean contains about 1.3 sextillion liters of water. That's a 1, a 3, and then 20 zeros, which is just a little bit of water, not that much. To fully carbonate 1 liter of water, you'd need around 8 grams of carbon dioxide. So 1.3 sextillion multiplied by 8, carry the 1, divided by Taco Bell's stock value, add the square root of Mark Zuckerberg's net worth, then you get around 10 quadrillion metric tons of carbon dioxide. For comparison, Earth's atmosphere only contains about 3.3 trillion metric tons of CO2. So, to carbonate the entire ocean, we'd need over 3,000 Earth atmospheres worth of carbon dioxide. Which raises an important question. Is there anywhere in the solar system with that much carbon dioxide? Actually, yes. Venus has around 456 quadrillion metric tons of carbon dioxide in its atmosphere. That's enough to carbonate Earth's oceans roughly 44 times. So, if you ever want unlimited sparkling water, your best option is stealing the atmosphere of Venus. But then, what are the effects of all this carbon dioxide? This would affect our life a ton. Now, you might be wondering, how does the land get affected if the carbon dioxide is in the ocean? That's you. That's what you sound like. Well, dear viewer, the air and ocean constantly exchange gases like some weird Pokemon cards. The surface of the ocean is basically in continuous contact with the air, so gases naturally move back and forth trying to reach equilibrium. It just means that nature hates imbalance and keeps trying to even things out. If you suddenly dumped absurd amounts of CO2 into the oceans, some of it would dissolve, but a lot of it would also escape back into the atmosphere as gas. Like when you open a soda bottle, high pressure keeps the CO2 involved. Remove the pressure and fizz starts escaping into the air. Earth's oceans would do the same thing on a gigantic scale. This would make life on Earth very hard. Harder than it already is. Humans would get breathing issues, the planet will become just as hot as Arizona, there would be tons of crop damage, and the climate will be in complete chaos, making meteorologists go insane. Unless they're in Texas, then it happened a long time ago. But this is also bad for the water. Carbonation means a lot of carbon dioxide in the water. Shocking, I know. This forms carbonic acid and would make the oceans much more acidic. This would be catastrophically bad for marine ecosystems. Shell-forming animals like corals, clams, crabs, and a lot of plankton species would probably die because acidic water dissolves calcium carbonate structures. In English, the water will melt their shells. A bunch of other bad stuff will happen too. Fish will start to behave weirdly because high CO2 messes with nervous systems and breathing. Also, massive die-offs would happen, especially near the surface, because the upper layers would have the most dissolved carbon dioxide. Animals would struggle to get oxygen. Fish and other marine organisms rely on chemical balances in their blood and tissues. Too much dissolved CO2 makes it harder to regulate their internal pH level and extract oxygen efficiently. Coastlines would smell terrible because of the billions of dead organisms washing up ashore. Interestingly, this isn't entirely hypothetical. Real oceans are already becoming slightly more acidic because of human CO2 emissions. It's called ocean acidification. It's nowhere near as bad as what happened in this video, but scientists are getting concerned because even slightly more acidic oceans can hurt the environment over time. So the moral of this video, never give the Coca-Cola company unlimited access to carbon dioxide. Otherwise, they'll become the Thanos of sea animals.